Welcome to Cruise Ports on a Budget, where I'll show you some of the things you can do in various cruise ports without spending a fortune. Here we are in Lisbon in Portugal. The cruise terminal is just below the old town, so it's quite easy to get in and out of town. We're not going directly there. We're going to catch a tram up to Campo Ourique and then catch the famous 28 tram all the way through to Maxi Monique. That's in the old town. We'll then have a look around there, and it's an easy stroll down to the cruise terminal once again. It's not a brilliant day today, but I'm sure we're going to have a good time. If you don't want to walk around Lisbon, there are plenty of alternatives. There are tuk-tuks and hop-on, hop-off buses right outside the cruise terminal. And a few yards down the road, you can hire e-scooters or electric bikes. In order to catch our tram, we turned left from the cruise terminal and walked about 800 metres to Commercial Square, or Black Horse Square as it's also known. Right outside the Triumphal Arch is where we should have caught our number 25E tram. We discovered, however, after a long wait, that the tram had been suspended due to building work in the town. We were told that a bus number 25E had taken over from the tram, but we couldn't find where it stopped, and so we ended up walking to Campo Ourique. This turned out to be a very long uphill walk and is not recommended, but it did give us the chance to see some of the beautiful architecture and the tiled buildings in Lisbon. On a second visit to Lisbon a few months later, we found out how to get the bus to Campo Ourique, and I'll include that later in the video. After that interesting but tiring walk, we got our first glimpse of our number 28 tram. About 500 metres further on was the tram terminus at Campo Ourique. Here we were able to board the tram for an exhilarating 1-hour journey across the city. city. Here we're reaching the end of the journey at Martin Moniz, and we're next going to go up to the castle, which you can see on the skyline. Only a half a dozen or so people got on the tram at Campo de Rique, but we would have had a long wait if we got on at Martin Moniz. We took a quick look round Martin Moniz Square before heading up towards the castle. The castle is in the old part of town, full of beautiful cobbled streets. We're now just outside the castle, where street vendors apply their wares. We didn't actually go into the castle, which was very crowded and had an entry fee, as we preferred walking around the beautiful streets. There are a couple of other tram lines in Lisbon using the same style trams as the number 28. Although the walk down from the castle is in theory all downhill, there are plenty of uphill places, and in fact the whole walk is a series of ups and downs. There seem to be trams around almost every corner in Lisbon. We've now come to one of the many viewpoints, or miradouros, which give splendid views right across the city. This one is Miradouro de Santa Lucia. Our walk down from the castle and stroll around the old town brings us out to the Fado Museum, which is not far from the quayside and the cruise terminal. One of the must-do things in Lisbon is to take a ride on the number 28 tram, which is what we're going to do today. Now, most people take the tram from Martin Muniz, which is the nearest point to the cruise terminal. If you do that, you probably queue for about an hour and a half and then probably end up standing on the tram. What we're going to do is take a couple of buses to the opposite end of the tram route at Campo El Rique, where we'll be able to get on without any queues. We need to get the bus 735 from the bus stop right behind me across the road. It's only a couple of 100 yards. And then change at Campo Santo for the number 25E bus. That should take us all the way to Campo El Rique. We got off the first bus, the 7:35, just opposite this hotel called Corpo Santo, and now we need to walk around the corner. And this is the bus we need, the 25E. So the number 25E bus that we just caught stops here, and the tram is only just over here. A large coach party had just arrived for this tram, but we simply waited for the next tram to come along, about 5 minutes, and we were the first to climb aboard. As before, we rode the tram to Martí Moniz and then walked down towards Commercial Square. Just before the arch, on the left hand side, there's a ticket office where for €3.50 you can get a lift and some stairs up to the top of the arch for a unique and splendid view across Lisbon. From Commercial Square, it's about an 800-metre stroll back to the cruise terminal and to the waiting ship. There's plenty more to do in Lisbon, and it's a city well worth returning to. The shore excursion equivalent to our exploration of Lisbon was Lisbon's famous sights, which would have cost us £98 for 2 people. Our cost on the trams and buses came to about £12. Check out some of my other videos to discover things that you might do in various cruise ports.